Hello, this is David St.Germain, and you are watching Making Blue Cheese, my professional learning network project. My learning goal for this project was to learn how to make a blue cheese and learn about the purpose of each element of the process so I've got the tools eventually to manipulate and improve a recipe and make something close to my favorite Road River Blue from Oregon, which comes out seasonally or late fall, and it's just an amazing blue cheese. Resources I used are listed here. The first three helped explain the process. The second one will be very helpful once I'm really into the process and trying to figure out or do troubleshooting. That forum was wonderful. The fourth one down, Little Green Cheese. There's a man there who's got podcasts and videos. He's got videos about 100 different cheeses that he's made, and they're really great. Gavin Weber, littlegreencheese.com. And the other four I've used to combine to create a recipe. The most valuable one in terms of saving money was 1 tomato, 2 tomato, where I got a shortcut. The penicillium mold was going to cost me about $30, and she had a shortcut of just using a piece of blue cheese and blending it with some water instead. And hopefully we'll have the same effect. I'll find out soon. So a big first learning was how to make a cheese fridge. So I had to buy these two things, one to keep track of the temperature and the humidity in the refrigerator. That's in the back there. In the foreground is the tool that it actually helps control the refrigerator's temperature, so I can make it warmer than a regular refrigerator. You don't want your cheese, especially blue cheese, to go anywhere below 48, 50 degrees. This is going to help me be able to do that. The next thing is I learned a lot about the process. I learned what rennet does, how it coagulates milk. I learned what cultures do, how they convert milk sugars to lactic acid, and it develops the flavor. I learned that blue cheese gets its blue from when you pierce it. I knew they pierced it, but I always thought that put the mold into it. But actually, the mold goes in when you're mixing the milk up. And the piercing it only adds the oxygen, allows the oxygen to circulate so the molds can grow. I also learned that blue curds are treated differently than for harder cheeses. You don't press them, you don't put weights on them because you want them to be sort of separated to get the blue in there. Here are the things that I purchased to make the cheese. Up at the top right, you see the cheese mold. You can see the other ingredients and my little piece of blue cheese at the bottom. So I started working this morning. First, you got to sterilize everything. You got to keep everything very clean. Unfortunately, I bought cheap sushi mats and something weird from them got all over my stuff, and I had to redo everything. Kind of changed my timeline a bit. Here, I'm heating the milk, adding the starter, and then the rennet. Not very exciting. It was exciting for me, though. Here, I'm cutting the curds. Again, it says real action, sort of a lie. There's a short video of me cutting the curds. You want to cut them into 1-inch pieces and then let the whey drain out of them so they become a little bit firmer. That's about as exciting as that video gets, so I will spare you anymore. So then I'm drying out the curd. The big question for me was, when are they ready to put in the mold? How do I know? And I wish I could have been to a class where I could see and feel that. I watched as many videos as I could to try to gauge it, but really hard without actually touching the real thing. So I guess I'll be learning by practice. And this is the almost finished product. So next, I'll be salting and turning the cheese. I'll have to have a lot of patience. It's going to take about 3 to 6 months for this to get where I want it to be. I have more to learn about timing. I need to know when is it ready and how do I know, how to store it after it's done, how long is it good for, and I want to learn more about the range of blues, how to make different kinds, softer, harder, and perhaps even stinkier. Thanks for watching. I hope you appreciated hearing about my learning about making blue cheese.